Two grocery store rivals are coming together. Kroger and Albertsons announcing a merger deal this morning worth about $25 billion.
Kroger and Albertsons are the parent companies of King Soopers and Safeway. Local workers unions say this merger will create a monopoly that will be devastating for workers and customers. We're going to bring in now 9 News reporter Courtney Yoon, who is looking into this today. And it's really kind of hard to say what a merger like this is going to mean for the customers, but the customers are who we want to know about next. So.
Yeah, absolutely. According to an economics expert that we spoke with today, it's hard to know what can happen. A merger like this could be good and bring down costs for consumers, but it could also be bad with prices going up. Local unions are also concerned what a monopoly could mean for workers and customers. Two of Colorado's most prevalent grocery stores, Safeway and King Soopers, will be merging.
They would control a higher share of the market.
Kishore Kulkarni says that also means they'll have a higher monopoly power.
Well, is that a good or a bad? Well, theory tells us that it can be good because when you have a monopoly power and if you have that large volume to produce, there is what is called economies of scale.
He says that means if a company produces more, the average cost goes down.
Classic example of this will be if the two stores are very close to each other, then maybe one truck can just deliver at the both stores and you can save some cost.
Kulkarni is a professor of economics at Metropolitan State University of Denver. He says this scenario could also go the other way, using their monopoly power to raise prices.
Oh, absolutely. It can be a very bad situation because they have a monopoly power now and they can easily raise the prices. And as you and we know, we don't really have a substitution for that.
Kulkarni says he's more worried about general inflation in 2023, which could continue to contribute to the exploding cost of food.
That kind of worries me. And we will probably blame that to the merger. But merger may not be the responsible party for that.
UFCW Local 7 represents 17,500 grocery store workers for both King Soopers and Safeway in Colorado and Wyoming. They said in a statement, quote, "The proposed merger of these two grocery giants is devastating for workers and consumers alike and must be stopped." Included in a lengthy statement, Kroger says they plan on investing in lower prices for customers. Kulkarni says we can expect to see store closures because businesses don't typically like to have the same store less than a half a mile apart. Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser also released a statement today saying he has serious concerns about this merger and that his department will keep a close eye on the situation. If approved by regulators, the deal is expected to close in early 2024.
When you think about this, I mean, this is going to have such a ripple effect because this means an immense amount of purchasing power, right, by this now mega grocery store chain, and the supply chain is going to be affected by this as well.
Absolutely, yeah. There's ripple effects across everything. And what Kulkarni, I think, is saying here is like it could go either way. Either they could choose to raise the prices because they have this monopoly power now and consumers don't really have any other choice to go to any other grocery store besides these, or this will help reduce their costs now that they're merging, and they hopefully will pass that cost-saving measure on to the consumer.
Well, and the point you made too about store closures. How many times have you seen a Safeway and a King Soopers relatively close to each other?
Super close.
So
yeah,
we'll see.
Exactly.
Courtney, thank you.